Hey guys, it's the Full Metal Alchemist here. Sorry if you hear fans in the background. But, so today is what if Deku was cheated on? And Bakugo is a girl in this one, so that's gonna be the Deku x Bakugo, but girl version. That's gonna be the main ship here. No one else. So, if you don't like that, you can leave right now. And so, let's get to the story. It's Deku and Uraraka's 6-month anniversary, and let's see, and Deku bought a heart-shaped necklace with a picture of them on one side, and an engraving says, "Happy 6th anniversary, love Izuku," and he gets stopped by everyone in a common room, and so they ask him, "What did he get her? What did he get her?" And he shows them all, and they're like, "She's gonna love it," and all that. And Bakugo's like, because she really likes Deku, and she's not a big fan of Uraraka dating him. But little does she know, that's all about to change. So, as Deku's walking up to Uraraka's room, he gets to her door and he hears moaning, and then he hears someone say, "I bet Midoriya could pleasure you like this." And he's like, "What?" So he just opens the door immediately, and he sees Ida and Uraraka doing it. They're not even under sheets. They didn't give a crap. And they forgot to lock the door. So Deku, he's like, "What's going on here?" And Uraraka tries to say, "Deku, it's not what it looks like." And so and Ida says, "Don't you see what's going on here, Midoriya? Your little girlfriend here doesn't like you anymore." And so Deku just snaps at that moment, and all they see is a red blur, and they just see Deku holding Ida Uraraka just sees Deku holding Ida by the throat. So, yeah. And then Deku just chucks him out the window, like, "Bye-bye." And Deku just jumps out the window and punches Ida into the ground, creating like a 10-foot wide crater and 2 feet down. So, yeah, Deku's going 100%. And he punched Ida in the ribs. So, bye-bye Ida ribs. And then when Deku lands, he lands on Ida's shins. And Ida just screams out in pain. And everyone hears this, is it a villain attack? So they all run outside. And they see Izuku just kneel down on someone and just start beating the crap out. They just see his arms going up, down, up, down. And they run over there and they see Ida and they're like, "Midori, what are you doing?" And Kirishima tries to grab him and pull him up, try to rip Deku off of Ida, but Deku does pimp slap him. Pimp slaps him into a wall. And Kirishima's like, "Ooh, crap." Ooh, just dazed. So, yeah. And everyone just tries to keep getting him off. And the teachers show up. And Midnight tries to use her gas on him. But he he just swings his fist backwards and blows it all away. He's like, that won't work on me. And he just keeps beating the crap out of Ida. So, yeah. Eraserhead tries to erase his quirk, but Deku still keeps going. And it takes like 4 or 5 teachers to rip him off of Ida. And at this point, Ida tried to shield his face a couple of times, but Izuku just punched his forearms and shattered them. And so when he has his quirk is erased, everyone has a gas mask on, and Midnight tries to knock him out, and he passes out this time. And so, yeah. And, yeah. Crap. So, yeah. Deku wakes up in Recovery Girl's office, and he's like, what happened? And right as he says that, All Might and Nezu walk in and like, Midoriya, why did you beat up Tenya Ida, your class representative? And he's like, do I have to tell you guys? And they're like, yes, you may face expulsion for this. And this is a college. What if? I don't like college. Just gives a little more room to go around instead of that. For that. So, yeah. Sorry. So, and he tells them everything, and they're like, maybe we should expel Tenya. And Deku's like, don't do that. If we ever fight again, I want to beat the crap out of them again. Alright. Oh, okay. And they leave. Deku gets out, starts walking back to the dorms. And recovering, Uraraka tries to stop him at the doors, but he just grabs her face and throws it in the ground. It's like, shut up, ho. I don't have time for your ass. So, yeah. And, let's see. Something falls out of his pocket when he turns around. And Deku notices this, and he just turns around and steps on it. And it was a necklace. That was the gift that he was going to give her. So, yeah. So Deku did that. And Uraraka was like, what was that? And Deku just says in a cold voice, 10th anniversary gift, bitch. Or 6th anniversary gift, bitch. And he just walks away. And she kneels down and looks at it. And it shows a picture of them. So, at that point, she just breaks down and she's like, what have I done? What have I done? Yeah, so, she does that. And, Deku just walks inside. And he's like, and he just goes straight to his room. And then this breaks down. Because they've been dating for 6 months. Deku even got a job to buy that thing. And that thing was that cheap. To have it engraved was like $100. Picture, $50. And the thing originally was like $300. So, that's about $450 that he spent for a hoe. And don't miss all the countless things that he took her on. And the other jewelry he bought her. Yeah, so Deku's not happy. And female Bakugo, Katsumi, knocks on the door, and she's like, Izuku, can I come in? And Izuku just says, go away, I don't want to talk to anybody right now. But she opens the door and still comes in anyways. And he's like, go away! She's like, no, I'm not going to leave you alone. So she just walks over to Izuku, closes the door behind her, locks it, and she, so she sits down in bed, and Izuku just starts crying again. So Katsumi just starts hugging him, saying, it's gonna be okay. And Deku's like, no, it's not. Only girl I had cheated with one of my best friends, I thought. Yeah, so, and Katsumi just says, she's not the only girl that liked you. So Deku just like, huh? What do you mean? And she just kisses him right there. So, yeah. And Deku just kisses back because it feels right to him. And one thing leads to another. And clothes start coming off. But Deku says, wait, I can't do it. And she's like, it's okay. We'll take our time. And so they just lay down after putting some clothes on. Yeah. So, yeah. So they just fall asleep holding each other. Yeah, so they do that, and in the morning, they hear someone knocking on their door, and Ida is in the hospital, so it's a Momo, because she's the vice president, so right now she's the representative president, whatever bullcrap Ida was. So, yeah. And so, yeah. And she's like, get up, Midoriya. And do you know where Katsumi is? And Midoriya is still asleep. And Katsumi's like, crap. Because she just had a pair of shorts on. And they were Midoriya shorts that she put on in the middle of the night, and a Midoriya shirt. So she just grabbed a sweater of Midoriya's and opened the door. She's like, yeah, we'll be out in a couple minutes. And Mom was like, mind explaining this? I said, crap, don't tell anybody, or I will kill you. And little pops just start going off. And Mom was like, okay. And just slowly backs up and closes the door. Yeah. Backs up, closes the door. And, crap. Sorry. And Katsumi just goes back and lays on the bed with Midoriya, and she shakes him. She's like, "It's time to get up. We have to go back to class." And Midoriya says, "I don't. I'm the week off in dorm suspension," he says. And she's like, "What? If you're staying, I'm staying." Okay. Go tell Mama that. Yeah, so she walks out into the common room. Everyone sees her wearing Midoriya's stuff. And she's like, "I'm not going." And Mama asks, "Why?" "Midoriya is very fragile right now, so I'm staying with him to make sure he don't hurt himself." She's like, "Good point. Stay with him. Watch him." So they do that. So she tells Aizawa that Katron's staying behind to watch after Midoriya. And he's like, "You left a boy and a girl alone in a room. One very fragile, one that's like that boy for a while." And they're like, "Wait, what?" Just sit down. You'll see later. And they're like, "Wait, what?" And Kaminari's just scratching his head like, "Huh? What you talking about?" So let's go over to the main ship. They're just laying in bed. And go. And so they just, crap. And Katsuki asks, "So what is this relationship?" And Deku says, "I don't know. What do you want it to be?" And she's like, "I want it to be a real boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, like I have since middle school." And he's like, "Wait, what?" Oh, and in this one, she didn't tell him to take a swan dive off the roof and didn't bully him during elementary school and preschool. It only started in middle school because she liked him and she didn't know how to express it. So he's like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Yeah, I've kind of liked you since middle school." And he's like, "Is that the reason you bullied me?" And she's like, maybe." Doing that little touchy finger thing that anime girls do. So, yeah. And Deku's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" "I was too nervous," she says. Oh god, that's weird. She said, "I was too nervous." That's even weirder. So, yeah. And Deku just leans in and kisses her right on the lips. So, yeah. And Katsumi doesn't know what to do and just starts kissing back. So they just have a makeout sesh in Deku's room for like good 15 minutes. And then he hears Katsumi's stomach rumble. And he's like, "Are you hungry?" She's like, "No." He's like, "Sure." She's like, "Yeah." So they go into the kitchen and they start making food. And they're having a good time. And I'm just going to say they were being kind of lazy all day. And then everyone walks in. And when they walk in, they just see Midoriya just kissing Katsumi on the lips. alright, what's going on here? And he's like, nothing, none of your business. And Uraraku's like, how dare you cheat on me? He's like, you cheated on me first, ho. Shut up. I was loyal. You ain't. Go shut your mouth somewhere else. Yeah, so. And Deku just says, it's none of your business what I do. So, yeah. And on this week's suspension, it's a week before the forest training arc. So, Aizawa walks in, hands Midoriya papers like classwork. Same with Katsumi. Like, today's classwork. Finish it. Whatever. I don't care. So they do that. They go into Deku's room and do that. Yeah, so. Yeah. So they do that. They finish it. It's late at night. And they just fall asleep on the bed, holding each other. So, yeah. So that's what they do. And next morning, they forgot to lock the door. So Uraraka just barges in and is like, you cheater! Get up! And they're both they were still asleep when she did this. So she's like, they're like, what? And they're like, get up, you cheater! So Deku just says, I'm no cheater. Not like you, slut. And then Ida just comes in a wheelchair by Momo pushing him. And he's like, don't talk to Uraraka like that. And Deku just says, oh really? How many times did you guys F? And he's like, 15. Oh really now? 15. Get out of my face. And the stairs were just right behind him, so he just kicks Ida in the chest again. Just sending him backwards down the stairs. Doop 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 doop. And everyone just hears a doop 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 doop. And then they just see Ida laying on the floor like, ugh. And they're like, Ida, what happened? He's like, and they just see Midoriya standing at the top of the stairs. And they're like, I happened. And he's like, oh, okay. So, yeah. So, yeah. Aizawa just brings him a permission slip. And he's like, get this signed. He's like, I'm not allowed to leave school grounds, so. Oh, yeah. Well, we already called your mother. She said you're allowed to go. Same with you, Katsumi. Alright, okay. There's no schoolwork. There's no schoolwork for the rest of the week. Aizawa says that. You have the week off, do whatever. But you, Midori, are still under house arrest. Fine. So people go to the mall and they'd pick stuff out. Katsumi grabs stuff for Midoriya. Like snacks for his room. And that. So, yeah. And, oh crap. And she comes back. And she just puts his snacks in a corner. Goes to her room. Grabs some of her stuff and just puts it in Izuku's dresser. Like, I'm staying here. And just like, why? She's like, well, we are boyfriend and girlfriend after all. It's like, we never officially said that we are. And she's like, oh, really now? And Deku's like, yeah. Well, I say, and what I say goes. She's like, so that's how this relationship's gonna be. She's like, yep. He's like, okay. And Midori ain't afraid, as he's not afraid of Katsumi as regular Bakugo. So, yeah. So that happens. So, like, 4 more days pass, and they go. They get on the bus. Izuku and Katsumi sit together, and Katsumi just has her head on Izuku's shoulders, and Aizawa's like, so what's going on here now? So, and Izuku just says, we're dating. Got a problem with that? And Aizawa's like, nope, enjoy yourself. And he just tosses a box of, same battle armor. I'm borrowing this from, that guy 12. I think his name is. That guy 12 from his Sub-Zero. What if Deku was a Sub-Zero? That's a good what if, by the way. You should go check him out. So, yeah. He just tosses him a big pack of sand battle armor. He's like, really? In front of everyone? He's like, yep. He's like, ugh. So he just stuffs that in his backpack. And Katsumi's like, ooh. Deku's like, no. She's like, oh yes. Deku's like, no. Remember, whatever I say goes. There got to be some boundaries for me. And she's like, nope. So, yeah. So when they pull off, I forgot the pussycat's name. Whatever. I think it was the blue-haired one that tried to touch Deku. Deku just sidesteps her, and she's like, uh-huh. And he just wraps his arms around Katsumi and just puts his head on her shoulder. It's like, I have a girlfriend. Don't touch me. She's like, oh. Well, there's always room for another. And he's like, no. And Katsumi's like, but it might be fun. And Deku says, no. I will only do one. That is my one. And Katsumi's like, fine. And she's like, oh, come on. Yeah, but that's never gonna happen. So, yeah. So when they try to make it fall, Deku just grabs Katsumi and just jumps. And he lands. He's like, yo. He just starts running again through the forest, like, Arr! And so, and because he beat the crap out of Ida, I'm just gonna say from like his like, what percentage was he at? Like 7 or 5 or whatever. His like 5%. He's now at like 20. He's now at like 50 because I can. It's plot. So yeah. So that happens. So Deku's there before all the teachers, and he just cooks a meal for him and Bakugo and the teachers. And so when everyone gets there, and Ida's in a cast, even bigger one now, since he got kicked down the stairs. and he's still in a wheelchair. He's gonna be in one for a long time. So that happens. And Deku's like, teacher, I got food. And Koda walks up. He's like, got food for me? He's like, here you go. And he just hands him a small plate of curry, I think it was. I don't know, I haven't rewatched the forest training arc in a long time. So that happens. And that just continues. And Koda doesn't try and punch Deku in the dick this time. So, yeah. That doesn't happen. And, yeah. Yeah. Koda likes Deku in this. So, yeah. And, so, they do the training like usual. And it's the scare night, whatever. And so, in Class 1B still shows up. So, yeah. Mandoe, maybe? Asks, hey, have any of you seen Koda? And they're like, no. And Izuka says, oh, I'll go look for him. And Mandoe says, he might be up on the mountain. And I'm changing this a little bit. So Deku gets there before Muscular. And he finds Koda crying. And so he asks Koda what's wrong. And Koda tells him about how his parents died and the person that killed them. And then Muscular steps out and he's like, so you're their little brat. And they just look over and see Muscular, like, and they're like, what the? So, yeah. Whew. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Yeah, so he's like, Koda, get behind me. So Koda does. And in this one, they're targeting Midoriya and Bakugo, so that if they can get, or Katsumi, if they can get one, they'll be happy. So, yeah. Whew. Yeah, so they say that. And Muscular tries to run at Deku, but Deku grabs Koda and dodges. And he's like, Koda, run. Koda's like, no, I don't want to leave you. And Deku says, I'll be fine. Just go and run. So Koda does this time. And, so him and Muscular are just facing off. And Deku's lightning is brighter, so everyone that sees Deku's lightning just start flaring up. And they're like, what the heck's going on up there? And I'm gonna say Koda's pretty fast on this one. And he's like, and he arrives as they just hear a big boom from where his lightning was coming from. And they're like, what the? And Deku just hit Muscular with a 1,000,000% smash. Deku does still get two broken arms. So, yeah. And, yeah. Oh, crap. And Koda's like, just gets there. And he's like, Mr. Midoriya is fighting muscular, he says in a scared tone. And let's say Aizawa just got back and he's like, what? Muscular. And then they just see the green lightning coming towards them. And Deku's like, I hate that. And they just see muscular behind him. And they're like, what the? I hate fun. They're targeting Katsumi and me. We need to find her and get all the students out of here. Alright, okay. So, when they get to the portal, he's like, wait! And they're like, oh, our other target. And he's like, let her go and take me. Please. Just take me instead. And they're like, oh, okay. So, Mr. Compressed throws Deku out and throws Katsumi and Tokiyami, puts them out of their little marble capsules. So, and Deku, he asked Momo for a tracker, and he put it in his pocket and turned it on. So, yeah. So when they got there, they didn't search him because they're stupid and plot. So they do that, and they're tracking him, and they're getting enough forces to make sure they can take them down. And that, so they do the pizza, and Deku just keeps trash talking Shigaraki. When Shigaraki's like, join us, boy. And Deku's like, no. Only way I'm joining you is if you put some chapstick on and those scars go away. And they're like, and some of them just crack up. He's like, what did you say, you little brat? He's like, what, you want to fight? So, if I win, you have to put chapstick on for a year. And if I win, and if you win, and I'll join you. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, Dobby, free the kid. And alright. And Deku just says, you're stupid. And he just takes the tracker out. And he's like, yep. Let's go. Well, wait, no, scratch that. He doesn't take the tracker out. Him and Shigaraki tries to grab Deku. And Deku just sidesteps him and knees him in the gut. He's like, dang, you don't have no fighting technique. Come on. And Kurogiri tries to grab him, but Deku's like, nope. And just starts sitting on the metal part. And Toga tries to stab him with a knife, and she's like, be mine! Izuku. He's like, nope, I got a girlfriend. With that rocket chick? Nope. Got no one approved. And she's like, wait, what? I got Katsumi. And she's like, that blood Pomeranian bitch. Sorry for my cursing. And so, he's like, what did you just call my girlfriend? She's like, that blood Pomeranian bitch. And he just stands up, and he just flicks Toga into the wall, and she's like, wow. And Dobby's like, okay, don't touch me. And Twice is like, oh yeah, how dare you? Yeah, get her. But they just hear her knock at the door. pizza. And they're like, who the hell ordered a pizza? And then All Might comes in the breaks through the wall. So yeah, and the Nomus still appear and all that. But in this one, Deku takes down all the League of Villains members, and then in this one, All Might lost his power a little faster since Deku just skyrocketed to 50%. So All Might's losing. So Deku sees this and he just comes out of nowhere and just punches All For One on the side of the head. And he's like, and All For One's like, what the? And then he just feels his legs get kicked out from under him. And he just hears, hey, All Might, want to play a little tag team? And All Might's like, no, Midoriya, get out of here. He's like, nope, too late. And he's like, oh, fine. So they just start tag teaming this man. He just gets jumped. And then Deku just goes, Detroit Smash! And hits All For One. And the big arm, which the force of their punches colliding, just broke Deku's arm and fractured All For One's arm. And Izuku just said, All Might, you ready? And he's like, All Might, are you ready? And he's like, yeah, young Midoriya, get out of the way. And Izuku just jumps back. And he says, and you just hear All Might say, United States of Smash! And Deku gets blown back even farther, but guess who catches him? Katsumi. She catches him, and he's like, oh, thanks. She's like, you big idiot! And smacks him and just punches him on the back of the head. He's like, ow, 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 ow. You know one of my arms is broken. And she said, I don't care. So, yeah. And Deku just sees All Might standing there with one arm. And he's like, I guess the world knows now. And she's like, wait, what? And Deku's like, that's part of All Might's true form. I'll explain everything to you later. So, Deku then passes out, and All Might's like, young Midoriya. And they get ambulances in there for everyone and all that. So that happens. Izuku wakes up like 2 days later, and he just feels Katsumi. He feels something on the side of him, and he's like, huh? And he looks over and he sees Katsumi, and he's like, oh. And then he just turns and wraps his arms around her, and he falls back asleep. So that's where I'm going to be ending this part off. Thank you all very much. See you next time with part 2. Bye.